All right, so I am in, where are we? We're in the Metropolitan 9-hole cup. We're in the final round. I'm in my odd account and I'm playing pro here, so I'm playing the 9-hole cups pro with my odd account, and then I'm using it as a practice account during the regular tournaments. I did qualify. I came in, when I first got in this bracket, I was in 8th place, so I came in with a 12. So everybody above me, I think, had a 13. So there's 8 13s ahead of me, but I don't. There is the minimum score, because we have no par threes. The minimum score is minus 13, and I think we have to pick up. And there's 5 par fours, and there's at least, not all of them, but at least 3 of them that we have to get. So, I mean, we really need to be at minus 16, and we need to focus on, there's great opportunities on the 4 par 5s out there. But the deal is that we really need to maximize the effort on the par 4s to pick up those ones, especially if there's ones that we can get right on the green or close. Give ourselves a shot. But we cannot afford in a tournament like this to drop anything off minimum score, because I really do think it's going to take a 15. I think a 15 might get me a banner, and anything bigger I have a shot, but it's going to take a big number. That 13 is not going to be the deal. Here we go. Hole number 1. Hole number 1. All right, which way is the wind blowing? The wind works. Okay, so I came out here yesterday. I used an APOC and a Berserker. And I was going for, I was actually trying to get on, but I did end up making it over into this area. I think I'm going for the green. So if I have to put the wind back in it, or what I have to do, a topspin boost ball would definitely be better here, but I don't have a lot of those, and there's several other holes in this that a topspin boost ball is better. So let's take ball here. I have to do my extra mile because I've got more topspin in it. What are my options? I got that, but I only have 8 of those left, and I've got several other holes here. I'd like to walk out of here with at least a 5-pack of those, so I could use those on another hole in a full tournament. So I have 3 at my disposal. And these balls were super. This is a super useful ball right here, this graffiti ball. And I did buy actually a big pack of those, but I have been using them up. It's like a Zerk and an extra mile. I don't know if I can do that. I think I'm going to have to bring an Apocalypse, even though it doesn't have, man, I don't think I can get far enough out here in order to, I think my ball guide's going to be going off like this, and I got to make up this gap, and I don't think I can get it done with that extra mile. Let's bring out an APOC. An Apocalypse. There we go. Alright, let's just see what we can get done, and I'm gonna put it all on there. 5 rings out max. 5 rings out max. OP plus curl. Take wind out. APOC and a Zerk. Need to get an eagle. Here we go. Let's get my calculator rolling. I don't have any numbers for the drives, or very few numbers for even the second shot into the cup, but this is definitely one that I think we need to be doing probably at 10 or 20% at least. We will see. I need to go get coffee is what I need. See if my opponent can get in the spot. Level 6 APOC. Just laying it up there at the top. See if they get where they want. I have no idea where I want. I have no idea what I can get. But whatever it is, we're going to try and go for it. Okay, so 5 rings off. I think in this situation, six, 7, 6.7, 5.13 rings. I'm going to put that forward wind back on. Hit it on the inside, 2 rings, and I don't know if it'll make this first bounce. Makes that bounce. Now it's all about over curling. That's not a bad area, but if I would have hit it perfect, that little spot right above that, trying to get a run through that. If you can get onto the rough on the other side, like if it crests the hill and crests this little hill right here and gets out into that rough even just a little bit, it'll just roll right down to the bottom. Close. The shot in rookie, that is definitely the shot in rookie. And you can do it with a topspin boost ball, and I don't know that you have to do max overpower. You just take the shot. Here, if you had topspin boost, it would help, like just 1 or 2 more topspin would have helped right there. My extra mile would have helped. Hey, bitch. Don't play me like that. 1.2 times 6.6 divided by 16. Half a ring. Hey. Hey. I'm running out of time. Hitting it perfect, and I can't believe I even got that off. Didn't pull out enough. I did 20% at its. When I'm in that close with my Nirvana, I play it at 16 per ring, and I did 20%. I should have added on like 0.2, 0.1. It's 0.5, and I'm not sure that I moved the whole 0.5. I was trying to move I couldn't get down any lower to it, and I kept moving the field instead of moving the ball guide. Alright, in the hole, in the hole. Went for it though. Hold on. Went and got my perfect glasses. Let's see if my perfect glasses help at all. Alright. Alright. Hole number 2. The hole number 2 I was bringing, let me set up the bag first. I was bringing a Thor's hammer and a sniper. Let's see if that's right. A sniper. I was bringing out a Kingmaker. Kingmaker. Heartbreaker. Now let's go look at the hole. Let's make sure. I got a Thor's hammer and a sniper. Now what I didn't like about the Thor's hammer last time was I'm having to bounce off of this island and then run it over. And I really like to get at least this far so that you can start off on the green side. So what happened was, if you get out, I know for a fact that if you get out to this line, you have a small window here with your sniper on this side. If you can get into that shadow, a little bit here is a long ways up here. I mean, you can, but you have a window. And if you bring out a bigger hitting wood, you'll have a window, even if you're in the shadow between the two. But if you're in this shadow, even that big hitting wood doesn't reach anymore. So that means you're bouncing off of this island and coming at the green from the top. And so if you're over here, the lowest that you can get here is on a side hill, and so your ball's coming in and you're going to have to ride the hill down to it. But if you can get up there far enough, you can get here. But I don't think you can get over. Now, you might be able to get over if you bring a big enough ball to start off over here to try and bring it up the ramp. I hit the shot from here and then went over and then had to take my sniper shot from here. I'm just wondering how I could get more. I was like somewhere in this neighborhood. I was in these shadows, but I wasn't all the way to it. How could I get more? I'm not sure my big topper has enough room to fit down in here, and you can't leave the wind in. I suppose the only way to do that is to get to the other side. Which way's the wind blowing? Let's just go play it. And I didn't write it down, but I've always in the past done plus 10 on the drive times whatever the wind is. All right. We'll play it like it's one-on-one. I think just going out and getting, there's some holes that you can focus on, but some of these holes, like, you can still go for it, but you don't necessarily have to get yourself in trouble. The deal about this shot is the second bounce. You're trying to kind of bring it around a little bit, and it hits good on the first side, but as it's running along that rough transition, times whatever the wind is divided by, what is my Thor's hammer? 1.7 per ring. Must be around 66 accurate. 6.5. Great. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the deal was on that dude, but I'm just surprised you didn't see that coming. Try and stay right in the middle. Get up there as far as I can. Give myself a little bit of breathing room, but I usually like to give myself 2 rings of breathing room, but that's 4.1 rings. There's 4.1. Maybe 1.5 just for good measure. Oh, fuck, and then I hit it great. Oh my God, where's this gonna go?
Sorry.
Woo! That is definitely not where that shot needed to go. I think that shot would have made it all the way to the shadow that I'm trying to get to if I hadn't caught that great. I thought putting it in the middle, because I started that shot off pretty much dead center middle, there might be a ring on either side, like you might be able to hit it great to the left or the right. The problem with hitting it to the right is that you will eventually, you run out of fairway a lot faster if you do get up there. Dude, come on, man. It's so common in this game to go from the rough to the rough, the sand to the sand. Dang, where's my red line? Man, I am way back. Definitely one per ring.
Quiet.
Just try and pitch it over there and recover. Not take any risks. Well, it is a risk. I still got some work to do, and I'm not on the green, but I'm not interested in flubbing up. I suppose I could have started below the sand trap. Buster, bro.
I'll take him in the house.
No, they're okay. They're okay. They're fine. They're saying hi to everybody. Everybody that's listening right now is familiar with Itsy Bitsy and Buster. All right, let's see if we can get this work done.
Shush. There's a squirrel running the line of the fence.
Yeah, he's been out here all morning. I guess I have a little more work to get done than I had wanted. Isn't it perfect? Woo! Jeez. Are you going to put pressure on yourself? What's the deal, man? I had to save myself from myself. How bad is that? And I like that hole. That's what happens when you flub up a drive. So you flub up a drive, you're not in the spot. Recover.
No cookies.
Sometimes we can go for it. Hole number 3. Hole number 3, extra mile, power 5, topspin boost ball. And it looks like I'm getting into my wedge on the second shot. Let's see if that holds true.
No begging.
Now I think in pro we can go, like yesterday I screwed up on the shot. What's up, Buster? What's up, bro? You guys want a morning cookie?
They can smell it.
There you go. So I tried yesterday where I went from here and I stayed on that line, and I was actually trying to just kind of like weave and bob it. Like it actually hits like one bounce right there and one bounce right there, and you could possibly get past this rough and possibly get past this rough and just kind of bleed it through. But what I should have did was I should have paid attention to my second bounce and worked the arc. So we're in the arc of our shot and trying to get it so that it bleeds out right here, and I just bleed out. I think it'll go quite a ways through that area because you're going to hit close to the tip and you still have your third, fourth, and then slide. So I mean, you should be able to make it out into this area or somewhere between here, but like this would be great. I ended up in the rough yesterday. I overshot it. Ended up on the rough on the backside, and I've ended up in the rough right here. Let's see if we can make it over today. Wouldn't that be nice? I used one of these balls right here. That was the ball that I used. And it would really be nice to be able to use the Thor's hammer there. With the difference in distance, that 5 yards versus, it's the same topspin, so the extra mile will be better. The extra mile will be better. And I think extra mile curl will be just fine. All right. Now we really, really need to make this. So I could practice it once, but not use that ball. Which way's the wind blowing? We might be able to get away with. Let's go practice that one time. Buster's in the corner barking at the squirrels. They've been running the fence line
Yeah.
all morning. Buster! Bro! Hey!
Stop.
Come here. Dude. Hey.
Good come.
You gotta pay attention when people are calling you, man. Shit rolls downhill. I'm just wondering, with that wind, you probably don't even have to do any overpower. I was trying to get my ball to come through that little and try and weave it right through this path. It's narrow. I think you have to put too much topspin in order to bridge that gap, that you don't want to hit the fairway on the other side. You'll go for a wild ride. You want to clip the rough and then bleed out. Obviously as close to the transition as possible. Whew, that was close. There's a little island over there, and my buddy Dunner used to hit it straight, and you can't see that island, it's behind the tree. There's a little fairway pad over there, and just hit it to that fairway pad, and then from there he had an inbringer. He had like a mid inbringer. Yeah, with a topspin boost ball, you don't have to do any overpower to get there. Let's try that with a Titan. Have to do all of the topspin. Now with the wind left in, there's quite a bit. Okay, 6-6. I'm going to put that forward wind back in. That's a lot of wind. Max curl. Hit a one ring great to the left or right. Yo, left. Clip. Whew, barely made that. And that was too far. So with that, I hit that one ring great to the right. I'd have to pinch it up a little bit more in that landing spot. I left myself 2 solid rings, but I may have to pinch that up and only do 1. Well, in that spot, yeah, it has even less curl. I'm not sure you can get. Can I get underneath the trees? What kind of shot do I have from here? It's 5.4 times 1.1 divided by 16. Am I in my 16 range? Yep. Isn't it perfect? Into hole. That was 16 plus 0.1. I did that one earlier, and I should have added on 0.1, a solid 0.1, and I rounded up. So it was 0.37, and I rounded up to 4, and I added 1, and I did a 0.5 ring, half a ring. Half a ring. All right, let's play that for real. I think we can actually play that with a Titan. I just need to get over a little more. So I think the way to get around that is to play with a Kingmaker. That way I've got that 1 extra side spin and play that same exact shot. Here we go. Hole number 3. Let's roll for it. You can pick up an eagle right here. This is a big shot. I don't think I got the eagle on 1, and that's a great opportunity to get an eagle as well. But this one right here is definitely makeable. Definitely. Kmart sucks.
Hope your viewers are old enough to understand that one.
I think half my viewers, if you get Kmart sucks, the movie reference there,
Don't Google it.
without Googling it, then you obviously get the reference. Okay, I want to get all the top spin and however much side spin I can get on. And I was close. So I'm going to take out 5.5. It's 246. Let's put the forward power back in. I'm going to take a little bit of it out. And I hit it great on the inside this time. Now it's this first bounce. Do I have enough room? It's a little longer than what I would have liked to have taken, but that shot right there will work. And that's going to be, that might be max wedge. And I did plus 10, plus 0.1 a minute ago. So, and I've got plus 10 rapier, but I was getting closer up there and I was in minimum club. But I don't think I'm going to be, I think I'm going to be in mid. We will see. I got a shit ton of work left to do. I got to the spot that I was trying for, but now I gotta close the deal. 1.1 times whatever the wind is. 5 divided by, where the hell am I? Oh, I'm in Hornet. No, I'm in Rapier. I'm in Max Rapier divided by 1.2. 4.58 rings. Let's see if I can run top spin. 4.58 rings plus 0.1. That's 6, 4, 6, 4, 7. There's 4. There's the 7. That might have been just a little over 7. Hitting it perfect. Need to hit the flagpole, otherwise it'll bounce out of the cup.
He just tried to pierce my nose.
Damn it. It was right there. I thought my speed might have been a little bit too fast going, but I thought going up the hill, it might be all right. I was definitely trying to hit the flagpole so I would fall in and not the edge of the cup. Arrgh! That was a freaking great opportunity lost right there. Opportunity squandered. Put myself in the right spot and did not capitalize on it. Everybody put your hands around your throat and go, choked. I had my adjustment right though. Had my speed wrong. Alright, the next hole, one hole at a time. APOC, power 3 ball. 3 top spin, 3 left hand side spin, 3 rings off, minus 10% to the cup with the horizon. Wow. Got all kinds of shit going on that hole. I need to write my APOC number down. It's 1.5. Let's go look at this magical hole. I don't even remember it. I'll remember it as soon as I see it. Hole number 4. Which way's the wind blowing? Okay, we got a semi-headwind. All right. I think I actually need to practice this hole once because there's I confused this hole with a hole that we played here in a tournament not too long ago, In rookie, you can get in front of this, and from pro, you're off on the side and you're having to bring it around. So you're doing a blind curl shot trying to get down here into the tip. If you can get into the tip and you bring a horizon and at least a power 3 ball, if you're short of the tip, a power 4 ball helps to get your red line up. You can do a rough bump off of this transition area with like max topspin, and you got a beautiful, beautiful shot for Albie. I mean, it's probably the best Albie shot on this course, but you got to get down into the pocket. So from up here, you're doing a blind curl shot, and I did the one I did yesterday. Not only did I hit it like 7,000 rings great to the right, but I was pinched up down here on the first bounce, and I was only 2 rings off, and I ended up in the sand, or I ended up in the rough area, but like down low. So I over curled it, so I can pull the shot out this direction. And I think I can do 4 rings. That'll put me so that I'm facing off like this and I'm trying to cover this gap. But the big question is how much topspin to put on it in order to get down into the spot. And I think it's going to have to be somewhere in the 3 neighborhood. Let's try it. Let's practice. Let's go out and practice. Let's be a D-bag and practice during the tournament. Hole number 5. How many practice tokens do I have? I have 12. I have enough. I do have some. Let's make sure I got the right shit. I'm bringing an APOC, and I want a horizon. And I'm going to bring a Kingmaker for the side spin. I'm going to use my last lucky ball. No, I'm going to use my lucky ball during the round. I'll bring a Kingmaker. All right. Nope. Practice. I think I almost screwed that up. I've done that before where I thought I was practicing. I went out there and I tried some shot and it worked out, and I was like, wow, that's cool. Did the thing. It's like, wow, I wish I would have played that instead of practiced it. And then I was like, fuck, I played it. Excellent. Then I've had a couple times where it went bad and I was like, oh man, we were going to practice. And it's like, oh, we did practice. Good. If I can get an opponent. Anybody playing rookie who's practicing right now, we should be able to get matched up. Anybody. Even somebody that's played 6, has just enough they just qualified for this rookie tournament or this pro tournament. Shouldn't matter if they're playing in the pro tournament. Out on the field, you should be able to get matched up. Just because you're playing somebody out on the field does not mean that they're in your bracket. I don't really like the shot from the island up ahead. I have no fucking clue where my opponent's trying to go. That was a no move. Good. I have no clue. And that is exactly where we're trying to get. That works. Dude, you did all kinds of shit on that. Like, what were you thinking? I'm at the +0. The +0 mark, and I think I can be at least a good solid 3 rings off with side spin. I'm going to put on 2.5 topspin. I'm going to go off like 3.5 rings. 5.2. 5.2 times 1.1 divided by 1.5. 3.81 rings. Max curl. Hit it 1 ring great on the inside. That'll be the over curl mark where I run out of fairway down there at the bottom. I think a perfect, I'll be a little closer on a perfect. It'll be more towards the tip. But I might have just the window that I need right here. And my second shot is 0.9 times whatever the wind is, divided by 2.2 minus 0.1. Alright, all I gotta do is plug in the wind. I'm playing with the horizon, and in this account it's like a level, I think it's a level 6 horizon. 2.2 per ring with a power 3 ball. It's 2.2 minus 0.1 per ring. We're gonna get a. We might, if I'm deep enough in there, have a shot. What's the wind? 4.9, and we got a little bit of headwind, so we're gonna have to have a little bit of room. Fuck no, we don't have it. Don't have it. I'd have to get right there in order to make that work. Not enough room. Damn it. .9 rings. There's 1.9. Isn't it perfect? Didn't pull it enough. Not from there, but from the rough bump. It's different. You're not getting affected by the wind on all of the subsequent bounces. Need to bring out a power 4 ball. Power 4 ball would have got me in enough room just with the, and I think even in rookie I'm bringing a power 4 ball because that second shot, unless you're all the way to the tip, you don't have it. So we'll have to change that to a power 4 ball. Power 4, let me cross that out. We're in practice. That'll change my setup slightly. 2.5 topspin. I'm gonna put 2.5, 2.5. I had 3, but I think if on that trajectory I was on, I would have rolled off on the front if I'd have put 3 topspin on there. All right, let's go. Let's look at my ball inventory. I need at least a power 4 ball in order to get me to that spot. Now I might have to bring out a power 5 ball just because I have power 5 balls. Yeah, I only have. Nah, it's got 5 side spin. Man. All right. Bottom for a reason. Might as well bring them. But I'm gonna have to think about the drive shot. It's got more side spin than the other ball, so I had 3 side spin on before. I may just put the 3 on. Let me get my drive set up. I'm using I'm with the Horizon. I think if I'm using a bigger power ball, it might be 2.1 per ring. 1.1 times the wind divided by 1.5. All right, here we go. Here we go. Getting out on the course. Playing in the weekend round. But of course. All right. 2.5 and 3. I was pulling back here to the +0 mark. I was 3.5 rings off. 3.9, 3.9, 2.86 rings. .29. Max curl. Isn't it perfect? Man, I'm a little shorter than I was last time. I'm not sure that even the power 4 ball has got enough to get me there. I'm down in there, and I do have a little bit in front of me. I do kind of like that I didn't press my luck right there, but once you get to the spot, you're like, well, I could have got a little more. I would have liked to split the difference between where I'm at and the rough that's in front of me. It might be the difference between working the wind out on the second shot and being in the right spot. It's like 5 yards. It's pretty big. Times the wind divided by 2 point. I think it might be 2.1. It's 2.1 with a power 5 ball. Plus 1. 2.1 plus 1.1. Let's do the wind first. Fuck, I don't think I have enough room. I'm right on my red line again. Let's see if I can scoot it off to the side just a little. I might be able to. No, I'm gonna have to take this shot again. .2, 3 rings. I changed my wind. Seemed like I needed to do. I took off 10 on the. Isn't it perfect? I took off 10 when I was doing the rough bump, but I added on 20 right there because it seemed like I underpulled it and I slightly overpulled it, so maybe like 15. I hit the perfect on the last one and it got pushed way off. I didn't pull it enough. So it was getting affected by all those other bounces. So I made a last minute audible and changed that number to 20, and 15 probably would have been better. Plus 15 for bounce over. All right, we gave it the college try. We did give it the college try on that. We at least had a look. I'm not sure from that distance up there if you could actually get to where you could do that rough bump up there with the horizon. If you're inside of the arc from down below, it might be worth the cheese to try and get up on that. But you were way uphill. Like your trajectory to the cup is, you are way uphill. And where I'm at down there at the bottom, I'm below it. Let's make sure we don't bounce out of any holes. Isn't it perfect? El perfecto. All right. That's a hole in the bank. We didn't pick up anything, but we didn't drop anything. All right. The college try. My opponent still has a little bit of work to do. I would aim right at the fucking flagpole and maybe offset on the left-hand side, but I would definitely stay inside the cup. Because I think if they hit that grate to the left, it is missing. You see where it came in? Came in on the left-hand side of the flagpole. If they'd have aimed right on the inside of the left-hand side of the flagpole, they would have came in. I gave them 2 shots, but I don't think they would have made a grate to the right or a perfect there. Or, excuse me, a grate to the right or the grate to the left. Maybe a grate to the right. I'll be right back. All right, where were we? We are on hole number 5. What is hole number 5? So my notes, I have no notes on hole number 5. I had notes on there, but I erased them, and I had the wrong hole, so I have no idea. I promised myself that when we played this hole again, so from rookie, you can get to this island and you're trying to get on in one. But yesterday in pro, one of my opponent laid up here. I tried to go for this, I think, and I ended up in the sand right here. I didn't make it all the way over, and I did the sand rough bump, Spitfire rough bump off of that. The wind was blowing along that ridge, so it was fairly safe. I didn't have to involve the sand or the fairway. I just had to move along the rough line and tried the rough bump from there. But I'm just wondering, instead of trying to get, like, if we draw some lines here, you're going straight this way, trying to get up into this area using this rough bump as a target. I'm just wondering if we can't go this way and try and get over here, like start off up in this corner. If I had an APOC, this would be the angle that I'm trying to cover and get up here. The deal is it's this tree line right here. So if we draw a line from the cup on the inside of that tree line, you'd have to get on this side of that line up here in order to have a clear shot at it. But this side over here, your shot coming at it, the green's kind of like this, and there's a trough that runs through it where water's coming either off of this side of the island, and this is the little valley that it runs through, or it's running into it that way, running down to the cup. But I think from pro, this side actually might be gettable, and just bridge this gap. This gap is not nearly as long as this gap. And if I can bridge this gap and get up here, I should be able to bridge this gap and get up to the tip. Maybe. I'm just wondering what ball I have to bring out in order to get far enough up in here. You would think in Ricky you can make this island with tailwind, so you must be able to get up here with a 3-power ball. So I'm going to bring my APOC, because it's got the most curl. Let's think what my options are. It's got the most curl, and I could bring my rock, but I don't think it has much curl as my APOC got. It's got 98, so nothing's going to beat that. The big topper might work. It's got almost as much, but it's got more topspin, so if I could get there with the APOC, I might be able to do it with, I think, just a regular. I'm going to bring my lucky ball. Let's get lucky. Let's get lucky on this and get out there to the right spot the first time. That is the bag. And I want to buy that. I want to play this. I'm going to try over there to that area and see if it works. Even if I flub it up, I should be able to recover from anywhere out there as long as I'm not dead behind a tree. And I say that, and then I'll end up dead behind a fucking tree. It's the precautionary tale. I'm taking the hits for you guys and gals so that you don't have to do this. Man, that is a lot to make up. I think I can recover from anywhere out there as long as I'm not right behind a tree. And I think the risk of getting right behind a tree is pretty high there, because if you miss you're having to curl it and side spin it so much. Nice. Shot of work. That's where they were going. That is good. I just don't know if there's enough. Like, you can see where my second bounce is right there. I'm not sure there's enough oomph to get me over there. I got to put so much topspin just to get to that spot. 5.9 divided by 1.5. It's 4 rings. 4 and a little. See if there's enough curl to take me over there. Hitting it perfect. A bigger side spin ball might help. A bigger side spin ball right there. And the bigger side spin ball would help in 2 ways. Number one, I wouldn't have to pinch so tight down there. I could put on like 5 side spin and maybe take off 1 or 2 titches of top spin, however much it takes to get the 5 side spin. I don't know that that would work. You might have to balance it out. Like 4 side spin might be as much as you can get, because you still want to run. You got to run enough top spin to get over that sand trap. But a bigger side spin ball would definitely help. I actually don't know that I tested where my red line was. I think I pulled back from the red line a little. I might have been eking towards my, if I had a level 8 big topper, it's at like 230 or 232. It gets the last of its power. I might have been within range. Big topper's got more top spin. Less curl though. That won't work. Where am I at in my club? Yeah, there's max. There's mid. I'm a mid club, so it's 4 per ring. So 4.6 divided by 4 is 1.15 rings. I'm going to do plus 0.1. So 1.25, 1.25 rings. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Woo! In the hole. That's what I'm talking about. Right there. In the hole. Very little. Those clubs are so accurate when you get close that they're reverse accurate. It's a weird deal. Like bigger numbers on your other clubs means that it's less accurate, but on your wedge and your rough iron and your sand wedge, the closer you get, the bigger the ring number is. They're getting more and more accurate, so it's less and less of a pull. What's weird about that is that I've played holes where my buddy Dunner and I are in the same spot in the rough or the sand, and I do it one way with a pull and he does it another, and we can still both make it. I don't know how that works, but hole number 6. Hole number 6. Okay, I got notes for hole number 6. Hole number 6, my notes say APOC power 4 ball with topspin boost, and that not for the drive, but for the second shot. I'm doing a rough bump, a horizon rough bump. And the horizon rough bump is 2.1 per ring with a 4 with a 0 to the cup. Let's look at it. I was bringing an APOC and a power 4 ball. And I think I know which power 4 ball I was bringing. I was bringing that one. I will have one left. An APOC, power 4 ball. Got to have a horizon in order to achieve this mystical deal. I was doing 30% on the drive, so 1.3 times whatever the wind is divided by 1.5. 3 rings off, 1 less than max topspin. Regular topspin. That was the wrong one. Gotta clear a slot. Start another one. Get it rolling. Okay, here we go. I think we got a shot here. Number 6. We do have a shot here. This is I think the second shot has some risks involved. Now, the second shot is real fucking narrow. What I need to remember to do is to put on as much, I need to put on as much side spin to get me, I'm like a ring and a sliver away from the transition, and I like to give myself like a ring and a half. So like if I hit great on one side or the other, I'm still going to hit in the rough. The flip side of that is that the more you push away, like I'm trying to push away from a rough edge that's on the left, and I'm trying to give myself more separation. I'm like right at the ring. If I hit a great to the left, I might miss the rough. So I'm trying to get just a little bit deeper into the rough. The problem with that is that you might achieve that mystical goal, but then you've pushed yourself so far to the right that now if you hit a great to the right, now you're stuck in the deep rough. So I'm trying to balance it out. And I'm going to say right now that this wind blows. I'm just saying. And they're going to end up in the rough. Angling for that lower corner. And the wind is, 7.5, 6.5 rings. That was 3 rings off. 1 less than max topspin. .5 rings. I don't think I have that many. I think I have a few, but not that many. There's 6.5. That puts me 3 rings into power. And I hit a 1 ring great to the right. I don't know that I've been in that same plane, but the deal is I've been like half the distance that I am from where I'm at to the rough. I've been closer to the sand. I might have just enough room. He's in a nirvana from where he's at. And that hits 135, and I'm in a freaking horizon, which is like 178, so I should have plenty of room. Plenty of room. And the second shot is the wind divided by 2.1. .6, 3.14 rings. I got to be careful of that second bounce and see where it's getting close to the sand. I need to be a little long of the cup. 3.14 rings. There's 3.14. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Slightly overpulled it, and I did a 0. Close. Close. That's a dangerous ass shot from right there. I was able to give myself a little bit of room, but you're focused so much on the first bounce and where it's going, you got to watch those second bounces out there. Like if you hit a great to the right, I would have been in the sand. That was what I was talking about earlier. You're trying to make room on one side, but then you push yourself into another trap. Thread the needle. That really is a thread the needle type shot. Those aren't typically my cup of tea. I like T rough bumps as opposed to I rough bumps. But we're playing pro. We might as well go for the gusto on it. I'm trying to put myself, every single one of these holes is an opportunity for an eagle or an albie, and they're all great holes for it. Like you can't put yourself in a spot. So trying to get that done. All right, what is hole number 7? What is hole number 7? Alright, I'm using a Thor's hammer and a Kingmaker, and I'm pulling back to the plus 16 mark. I'm doing plus 20 on the drive, so 1.2 times whatever the wind. I had 4 3/4 top spin, 2 right hand side spin, times whatever the wind is, divided by Thor's hammer with a power 3 ball is 1.7. All right, one bag out there. Thor's hammer. Must have a Thor's hammer grizzly bag. Thor's hammer. Thor's hammer grizzly. Trying to do it with a Kingmaker. %20 on the drive, 1.7 per ring, pulling back to the plus 16 mark, 4 3/4 top spin, 2 right hand side spin. Say that 20 times fast, and we'll still hit great. I promise you. Well, for those people hitting it up on the high line, trying to drive it straight forward, you couldn't ask for a better wind. I think there's a bounce steady bounce. Like you might be able to get bounce number 1 on this side, bounce number 2 on the island, and bounce number 3 try and get over the sand trap to the other island over there if you had a topspin boost ball. But I think you'd end up most times right, like literally right behind the tree. Most of my opponents that I've seen play this week have played that exact same side. They played the left and they've ended up in a very similar freaking area. Dude, 6.4, 4.51 rings. I'm pulling back to the plus 16 mark, which is right at max club, right at my red line. 4 3/4, 2 right hand side spin. Yep, that's the spot. 4.51 rings. There's 4, 5, 1. I'm going to lean just a little to the left. Hit a 1 ring great to the left. That'll be fine. It should be fine. Boy, I barely clipped that rough. That wind pushed me. I did a 20% on that wind, but that wind pushed me probably 30. The good news is that they have that little island there so they can recover. That's the good news. Okay, second shot, plus 10 to the cup, rough bump, 1.1 times whatever the wind is, plus 1 ring, whatever the wind is, and I'm in my grizzly. I'm in my max grizzly, so it's divided by 0.9 plus 0.1, and the wind is 5.4, so 6.7 rings. I'm going to try and get out here where I don't know if I have enough side spin to bring it all the way back. I'm going to put all the side spin on or whatever. .7 rings. There's 5, 6, 7. Oh, fucking I hit it great. And I missed the rough. Oh, that's the risk right there. Is that you're wedging it. So if you hit a great, depending on what club you're using, if you hit a great to the right there, I probably would have been fine. I would have been deeper in the rough. But a great to the left, And a perfect and a great to the right would have hit the rough, and a great to the left is problematic. Okay, all I got to do is hit this perfect and it goes in the hole. That's all I got to do. Missed it. Missed it. Dropped one. Picked one up and dropped one. Look at that. Dropped one off minimum score. That's the killer. Can't drop one off minimum score, and I was going for the gusto and dropped one off minimum score. Going for it, and I was in the right spot, had the right shit, and hit a great. Look at that. One great. Damn it. Damn it to hell. Alright, we can make that up. I'm going to make these last two. Let's make the last two, and we'll pick the one up we just dropped in. And we got a great opportunity here. I've made this twice. Which way's the wind blowing? It's going to be a determining factor here. Alright. I think yesterday I actually had to fight up against headwind, and I was able to make it over with an APOC and a Kingmaker, so I might not have to run. All of. Let's practice this hole one time. Let's practice this hole once, because I'm using an APOC and a Kingmaker. We really want to get this hole to make up for what I just dropped right there. So it doesn't help, but anything helps at this point. Now let's go back and practice it. I think yesterday we had almost a due headwind, and I was able to fight up against a due headwind and get over. So, and I had some room in front of me on the other side, but I'm going to try it with everything on it and see what happens. I have no notes for the apocalypse shot. It must just be an intuitive set it up. .5, 3.6 rings. That's all of it. It'll be 2 rings off. 2.5 rings off. 4, 5 should be 3.6 rings. 3.6. Isn't it perfect? Let's see if that's got enough oomph to get over. I think it does. I could go out the 4 rings and give me a little bit of separation. If I hit a grate on the inside where I came through at that rough right there, if I pulled off in this area right here 4 rings instead of 3.5, it'd give me a little bit of separation from that rough. If I caught a grate to the inside, I wouldn't hit that rough. And I think I'd still have enough room to make it over there on a grate to the left. I had quite a bit of room on my second bounce. And if I remember correctly, this is max club. It's the wind divided by 4.5 divided by 1.2 plus 0.5, 4.25 rings. You definitely want to get up close and personal. It's 4.25 rings. There's the 4. There's the quarter. Hitting it perfect. And I needed to add on 10% on top of that. 1.1 times whatever the wind is. That'd have been 4.6. Versus 4.25. I'm going to add on 0.7. I'm going to add on 0.75 of a ring set because it's dropping so much on that hill, but it's definitely playing bad. Let me write some notes here. 1.1 plus 0.75. All right. Got my second shot set up. Now we're ready to play it. Let's see if we can achieve the same goal on the drive. That would be awesome. I think I did plus 20 on the drive. Let's see if it has it in my, it's not in my catalog, my history. All right, let's play this for real. Times the wind divided by 1.5. We'll take that same exact stuff. Here we go. There are several of the par 4s in this that are super makeable, and this is one of them. All right, I had it all on there. I was out 3.5 rings, and I think I can do, I'm going to do a little less than 4, like 3 3/4 rings. 4.9, 3.92 rings. I'm going to do a 4-ring pool. 4 rings. Max curl. Hit it 1 ring on the inside, 1 ring great to the right. So we should see exactly the same shot we saw last time. Exactly. I moved it over 1 ring to the right, and then I hit a 1 ring great to the right. Or I moved it 1 ring to the left, and I hit a 1 ring great to the right. So there, we saw the same thing. That's why I wanted to move it out, so I had a 1 ring great to the right. And I think I still had a 1 ring great to the left. So opening the shot up a little bit instead of pinching it. Okay, second shot. It's the wind divided by 1.2 plus 0.75. The deal is that you have to be in the sand over there in order to have a straight look at the cup, or you have to be in front of the sand, and it's really difficult. Almost, I'm not going to say impossible, but it's almost impossible from that side. I don't like my spin here. 4.91 rings. Almost 5. Almost a ring set. Hitting it perfect. In the hole. That's what I'm talking about. Right there. Woo! If I hadn't dropped that one, I would be in pretty good shape. Picking up 2, that put me at 15. That put me on the hunt. If I could pick up the last hole, I could have achieved my mystical goal of shooting 16. And I dropped that shot. What a bummer. That puts me on a 14 track. That should separate me from a few people up at the top, but that's not enough. That's not enough. Needed one more, and I smoked I was in and out on that one hole. That was close. Duffed a shot. Let's go get an albie right here. I haven't got an albie this week. Come on, we got to get an albie right here. This is my last gasp. I'm going to get an albie right here. I don't even know what the fucking hole is, but we're going to get an albie on it. I don't even know if it's possible, but we're going to get it right here, right now, on this hole. Mark your calendars. All right. Okay. Let's see which way the wind's blowing. Let's see if I learned anything from yesterday. I think what I learned from yesterday is that you don't have to bring a toss-in boost ball. I was only doing like one toss-in boost. What happened to me yesterday was I was trying to actually go for the spot. I was actually setting the shot up for this, but I was trying to get here. So when I was down in this area on my arc from the cup, so like my arc is following the line, I had enough to get me in the rough here, but I kept hitting great to the left. And it pushed me off here, and I kept catching the fairway, and then I was in the drink. And then I finally decided that I was going to just like go for this spot, and ended up clipping the rough and ended up right there where I wanted, and had the short little shot to get up. But I think that was with the toss-in boost ball with one extra toss-in, but I think I could have just did a regular berserker shot and with max topspin and hit out here and been able to have whatever. If I hit it great to the right, I'm actually having to, so like if I hit out here, I actually take the risk that I don't get out of the rough. But over here, I hit the rough for damn sure and just end up out in the clear. So I'm going to bring a berserker today. Now let's practice this hole once. One time. Berserker. Now I think from down there that if I get to the right spot, I'm in my grizzly. But I kind of would like to take the horizon just in case, but there's no way I'm going to be in horizon. So not from down there. From up top, let's think from up top up here. If you're hitting from this area, you're in wood. So down here, you're definitely in long iron or short iron. You're in rough. So that club's not going to matter. But I do need to bring out a Zerk. Selected. All right, nope. Wouldn't be prudent, not at this juncture. Let's practice at one time. I was in the drink twice yesterday and then did it right, but if I could get down to that spot down there, you're absolutely flat to the cup. So you have a good shot. You have a good shot at it. I got to think about a little bit of, if I do get down to the area down there, like my second shot, I need to add on. I think it's pretty straight up. It's just whatever the wind is, divided by wherever you're at in your club. But I think you do need to add on like +1 or +2. Maybe just +1. Maybe +2. I go first. Practice. Max topspin. Now I'm going to have to use the wind today. So if I take 6 out, and I put all of the forward moving wind back in, let's see where that puts me. Isn't it perfect? And yesterday I was hitting it pretty much, and I clipped the rough. Hit it too far. So if you leave the wind in, it pushes you like 12 miles an hour. So you probably don't need to leave the wind in. Just take the wind out, and it'll push you twice as far, so you'll still pick up some distance and not do the plus. Even if I end up in the rough down there, I got a great shot at it. Where you don't want to end up is in the rough where I'm at. Because I think if you're up at the top up here and you end up in the rough, you're screwed. Let's see if I can recover. If I can get to the other side, I can recover. So you can recover from down here. If I was farther forward, it would be better. You got a lot of topspin to run out. I'm going to use about 2 miles an hour of that wind. So 2, 4, 6, 7. Right back to the edge. And then I'm going to push half a ring back on, or a ring. That is problematic. I am in the drink. Ooh. Lucky. Okay, you can recover from there. But we definitely don't want that to happen. That is bad. That's what we say in the business. Bad. See if my opponent can achieve their mystical goal. See what kind of shot I have from out here. I want to take these shots. We paid for the practice round. We want to take these shots because, like, you're up close and personal. You may find that for some reason it's not, you have to do a regular shot, and maybe you have to account for the wind a little more. If I went straight at it, I think that from here, I'm going to go right on the outside edge of the cup. Theoretically, if I hit it perfect, I should go in right on the right-hand edge. If wind was actually a factor. And I was definitely on the right-hand edge of the flagpole, so the wind did push me over. All right, we're taking this for real. I'm going to take the wind out with no plus and not put the wind back in, and I think the wind is pushing us forward shit like 12 miles an hour. It's double. So I'm going to get some extra flight. All right, here we go. Here we go. And then my shot to the cup, I have no idea. I haven't taken that shot yet this week. I've taken 4 shots to get down there, and I've been in the right spot once. And I will tell you, it's better to fail up at the top than to fail down there with that drink. You can recover from up at the top. You can't recover if you overshoot this shot. My opponent's got a 4 power ball with some topspin boost. They should be able to get, yeah, that's the deal. They should be able to get down there with a topspin boost ball. They're not doing much overpower. Perfecto. Perfect. Perfect. That dog will hunt. That dog will hunt right there. That is the spot, my friend. Max and max. Seven, 5. Oh, fuck. I hit that 70 rings great to the left, and I'm actually on the problem side where I was having problems yesterday. I was overhitting this. If you overhit that, you're screwed. You do have to put some wind back in, maybe 2 bars of it. I will easily be able to recover from down there. And we've got a shot here. I think I'm going to be in max club, and I'm going to be able to get a really good run at it. they're in grizzly, so definitely a long iron range. Perfect. Let's see if we can get closer than that. I didn't bring my putter, so we got to get close. We got to get in the hole. Okay, there's Max Club. Excellent. Excellent. The way the wind's blowing. 8.4 divided by 2. .2 rings. I'm going to do 4.3. There's 4, 2.5, 3. Isn't it perfect? Get in the hole. Get in. Get in. Get in. I missed it by a country mile. Definitely need to add some wind on. Definitely need to add some wind on. That had to be at least another 0.2. So 1.2 times 5.4 versus 4.2 if I'd have did 20%. That's probably where it needed to be. Probably needed a good 10, 15, 20%. I guess I did bring my putter. They let me use my my wood. All right. I made one up. I picked one up and then I dropped one. So I have no idea what's at the top. But like going into this week, I mean, minimum score is -13, and it did seem like a lot of people were struggling at -13. But anything higher than that, you're at least putting yourself in the top 10. Okay, if you shoot, I think that it's going to take a 15 plus in order to banner. You're going to have to shoot a 15 in order to banner and a plus in order to get a win. And a 14 is going to put me right outside of the top 3. It's going to put me somewhere up towards the top, but not there. We'll see. We'll see how this works out. We'll see if my prediction holds. I'm in first now, but that is not. We are not done by a long shot. It's early in the morning. We got less than 50 people have qualified, so we have a long ways to go, my friends. I am there now, but that is not going to hold. The 15 would have been really strong coming into it. So that 0 on 7 really like hurts, just getting the birdie there and going for the shot and actually achieving the drive and then missing the rough. That is brutal. One of these holes I hit the flagpole, or I was in and out of the hole and lost a great opportunity. I think that might have been for another par 4. Good round. It could have been better. I think it'll get me a top 10. We'll see if my prediction holds on what the deal. But there's a look at pro. I had to bring out a lot of special balls for that, but trying to get myself into the same spot that I would be in if I was in Ricky, so that I have the same second shot, and being a little risky on some of those with the horizon rough bump and some of those shots. But there you have it. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and I will shoot a Ricky video here. I'm going to run down to the store. Be safe.